So I mentioned a little earlier that this is an all-electric house. Um, when we love it when we have the opportunity to build a house that doesn't need a gas hookup. It's the wave of the future for sure. There are plenty of jurisdictions around the state that are looking at either moratoriums on gas hookups or some sort of way to incentivize electrification. The state has changed their messaging about energy efficiency and greenhouse gas emissions away from net zero, which was more in circulation a few years ago, towards electrification. So if you read the literature that the state's putting out, or you hear about any new program, they're going to be talking about electrification. The reason is because we've gotten to the point where the fuels that are used at the big power plants, or the sort of the mixture, the whole palette of fuels that are being used, has become green enough that the greenhouse gas emissions that are created by producing electricity is now less than what it would take, or the greenhouse gas emissions associated with natural gas or propane use in your home. And as a consequence of that, the state is encouraging electrification now. So talked a little bit earlier about the heat pumps to be used in the area of space heating and cooling and water heating. So those are appliances that we'd like to see. They're typically combustion appliances in a conventional construction, and we want to change those over to being electric-based appliances. The other thing, and this is a little bit of a harder sell for a lot of people, is getting off that gas range and hopefully moving to an induction cooktop. So a part of the reason why, I mean, people love their gas ranges, right? Because they feel like the response is so fast. If you turn up the gas, you instantly change the heat level, whereas the old-fashioned sort of electric resistance cooktop, you change the dial and it takes a while for the heat to change. The other thing about an electric resistant cooktop is that they aren't particularly efficient, whereas the new induction cooktops are very responsive, more responsive than a gas cooktop. They boil water faster if you turn the heat up, but they're also very, very efficient. So another thing about switching to electricity is that it means that we get to go away from pumping flammable gas throughout the house, and which is probably a good thing. You would, especially in the case of an earthquake, where in the past one of the big dangers would be fire, and that's largely because the lines would rupture and then they catch on fire. We'd start to have infrastructure where we wouldn't have to worry about that.